right, shalom. We're brothers from GMS Atlanta Church. First and foremost, want to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the 1144 first fruit. All right. Through the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, we get to come back at you with another lesson. All right. We're just going to do this on various topics. So many things have been happening in the spirit. The first thing we want to speak on is the violence increase around the entire nation, really. But we see it here locally in the Atlanta area. It's been getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna jump right into it. Whoever got the first precept, y'all gonna run away with it.
I got you, bro. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." All right. Now, in Matthew 24th chapter, Yahushua was listing things that would, take place before his second coming. In the verses above this one, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives. All right. So iniquity being abounded and the love of many waxing cold is just another sign that we're almost at the end, man. And that the Lord is on his way back. If you just turn on the news, pull up your news app, there's hella judgment coming down, man. And it's getting worse and worse. From family members killing family members. People, getting put to death for trying to mandate a mask inside of a grocery store. You just had this recent shooting in Miami. 20 plus people were shot while they was waiting to get into a club. Like all kind of crazy stuff, man. Yeah. But these are just the things that have to take place, man, before the second time.
Right. Hey, like the brother said, this brother did a lesson on it. You seen even Apostle Tahar did a lesson on. There is a father and a son getting in an altercation, ended up shooting shots at one another. Yep. No one got injured or hurt or anything, but it's like you can see the division. And I did a lesson on when Jake got killed because of a grass clipping dispute. There be some little minute things that end up getting, Jake clipped. At the end of the day, it's just judgment. But, really it's that black culture. This is what black culture brings. Violence, animosity, extreme disagreements between one another. Black lives really don't matter like they say do. And that's another thing with the Black Lives Matter pushing movement. They pick and choose what they want to shed light on. All right? Then you damn sure ain't gonna see them shedding light on two black individuals, quote unquote black individuals, killing each other over some grass clippings, man. Or just standing outside a club trying to get into something and just getting sprayed down. This is the product of slavery. Any brother got a precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel 7:23. It says, "Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence." You see, and that's the other day you had two teenagers that shot the security guard at Lenox Mall. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I was just watching the news clip just now where this dude he killed his woman and killed his daughter and then stabbed his son. He's going to court for it right now, trying to defend himself. Yeah. And it's like you've been watching. The brothers brought up scripture, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And in America, we've seen a 63% increase in bloody violence in this country. 63%. That's crazy. You're seeing people getting killed over the most minutest of things. Excuse me, sir. We have a sign on the door saying that you have to have a mask when the shop here. I ain't putting on no mask. Okay. Well, we can't serve you and put on no mask. All right, I'll be right back. And you're done, man. And that just goes to show you too the condition of America, man. It shows you where we are in America right now. There's no peace in this place. I was just telling my my rib and my daughters before I left the house, I was like, man, see, this is why we don't go nowhere. This is why we stay our asses in the house, because this world is a very unsafe place. It was unsafe when I was growing up. Yeah. Look at it now. Yeah. You know, and it doesn't take much to trigger somebody, and everybody got guns. In Texas, they're making it open carry illegal. Legal.
Without license.
Yeah, the scriptures speak about how wickedness is going to increase in the latter days, man. And we're living in the latter days, man, where Yahweh Shem Shai is not to visit the world because of the iniquities committed here, man. You know, you got all type of madness going on here, but it's foretold that these things will take place in the scriptures. You know, you got more.
No, that was it.
You got one, right?
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, was to knowledge, which is this word. You know, the law, statutes, commandments, which we're rehearsing on a regular basis. But, you know, the Lord got teachers out here to teach Israel. And it says that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So the Most High is casting away Jacob for being out of the congregation of the living, which is Israel, you know, who have converted back to the Lord, which are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So those who leave the law, like it says in Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah.
This word is life. This word is help you be circumspect to your surroundings, especially your purpose on earth.
Yeah, the Lord gave 2/3 of our people up to wickedness, man. You know, it basically was born in vain. But I had a precept too. In 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and this it's a little bit. I started at verse 18. It says, and it is said, behold, the day is come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them that when, so like it says, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And this is speaking of Esau's world, man. You know, because when you read what was that, Proverbs 29th chapter, it basically in the second verse it tells you that, you know, when the wicked is in authority, you know, the people mourn, man. So the people are mourning, man, like the brothers are going into. You got people getting shot left and right. You can't even go to the mall and cop a pair of sneaks, man. You know?
Slightly. You said in the beginning, it says I will begin to make inquisition.
Or to inquire.
Right.
Yeah.
When you go into that word inquisition, it means a pretty much rigorous or hard questioning.
Yeah.
So these the Lord is coming back to question these individuals very sternly. Why did you do this? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's why it goes into Revelation the 3rd chapter. What does it say? The whole world should be tried.
Yeah.
Well, the whole world should be actually a question too. Like, why did you do this? And no one's gonna have an answer. And they're just gonna have to eat everything that they've been doing in the sight of the Lord. You got it, bro.
God, continuing reading verse 21, it says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, which that's going into, you know, the because it said the sown places shall appear unsown. It's just going into the confusion of the world, man. You know, and the storehouses being empty, going into the famine. You know, because even if it may not seem like it, hey, we headed straight towards the famine, man. Okay, and it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when the man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At the time at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall not stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, man. So that the Lord is stirring this up, man. Oh, you had the other video when the guy slapped straight over the woman with the Black Lives Matter protest, man. They said he was going 100 miles per hour. He just ran smack into a woman, and the guy had him in the chokehold. And the Lord is stirring these people up, man. And it said that the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 days they shall not run. It's going to how the basically when the missiles being shot over this place, it's gonna dry up these waters, man. Okay.
Read verse 21.
God, I got you, bro.
Our second Ezra, right?
Yep.
Right, go ahead.
God, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children.
That right there. The women should bring. You could, but you could say that literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But really, in a sense, all that can go into just applying it to how badly developed these people's minds are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they have a lack of development in their mind. I know Captain Abba in our camp, he loves to say that these adults are just oversized kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they make certain judgments that they do of what we see. You know what I'm saying? Rash judgments, hasty judgments, things of that nature. Like the officer, Daniel was just saying, what, shooting someone in the head because you don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
That's a childish ass decision.
Mm-hmm.
You throwing a hissy fit because you don't want to wear a mask. Or you throwing a hissy fit because of some grass clippings.
Mm-hmm.
Or you throwing a hissy fit because of who knows what. That's why you got to be extremely careful when you're out in the world, sending up prayers wherever you go. You can't even look at an individual wrong at a red light now.
Right.
Or they'll dump it out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Call it road rage.
Yep.
I was mentally, get off on some mental,
Mm-hmm.
charges and shit.
Yep.
Because really these individuals, they haven't been fully developed in their mind. That's why I said reread that part.
God, 2nd Ezra 6 and 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall
Right, it
bring
says the
forth.
children of a year old should speak with their voices.
Yeah.
I want to say somewhere, I forgot where it says in the scriptures, but pretty much, well, it says in 2nd Ezra. I want to say like the 34th chapter. It talks about how can a kid or like can a child speak the things of an aged person?
In the 5th chapter.
Yup. Can a child speak the things of an age? It can't. But you got these quote unquote ill-developed beings today making decisions.
Yep.
They're undeveloped in their mind. That's why you get all this. Go ahead, bro.
It's like it's basically like a premature.
Right.
It's basically like premature, and the scriptures really speak against that. Because when you go to what's that, 1st and 2nd Peter, when he said, "When I was a child, I spake as a child,
Right.
but when we became a man, we put away childish things."
Right.
So just like the men of the truth, like it, bro. Just like the men of the truth, and when we start getting this understanding, and start getting built up, and we put away childish things, man.
Right.
Okay, you got it, bro.
I was gonna say, but see, what they do is this: they put away what we call masculinity, and what masculinity is basically, that's what the scripture says. I believe in that in 2nd Ezra, it says something like allow your child to feel the rod often, and you will enjoy him in the latter years. Yeah. These children, they don't get disciplined because you have to beat manliness into a child so they can grow up into being a man. Because being a man, you establish certain principles and morals and attributes that take you away from that feminine attitude. So you won't be in your feelings and make rash decisions because you understand how things really work. These people out here ain't got that. They don't have that masculinity, and that's what masculinity really does, man. And through the scriptures, because who was the ultimate masculine man? That was Yahweh Shai. Right. And that's where we've learned how to regain our masculinity as men and understand that, there's the vibration out here right now is the queen of heaven vibration. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in their damn feelings. They get mad about the stupidest thing, and the first thing they want to do is kill somebody.
Hey, if I can add on to you, that it all boils down. They don't understand chastisement or being chastity, because when you're being chastised, that's a level. When you're being chastised, that forces you to endure, which makes you hard. Everyone here is being. My coach in high school will always say, "Don't be a silver spoon titty baby." When you get spoon-fed things, you become soft, weak, emotional in your feelings. And he's trying to get us to understand things ain't just handed to you. There's a saying or a quote. It says, nobody cares, work harder. Because really nobody does care, but individuals don't understand that. They waiting on the extra $600 on their unemployment to kick in.
Yeah.
So they don't want to go back to work.
Yeah.
That's why they have to be bribed with incentives to go apply for a fucking job. Because they're silver spoon titty babies. They don't understand anything of chastisement. Brother hit it on the head. Yahweh Shai experienced chastisement to his fullest extent. That's why he was a man. He was a man of man. You know what I'm saying? And that's who we follow. When we understand these things. These people out here don't understand it. So when the times get hard, they're gonna crack like an egg and fold like a taco.
That's
You
right.
know?
I got a quick one.
Got it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And that's it's a lot of meat in that precept, you know what I'm saying? Even going to the confusion that's not only very heavily prevalent in America, but throughout the four corners, man. You know, which America is the engine of that confusion, man. You know, Babylon the Great. And the fire being sent out, whether it be judgment, whether it be a trial, whatever it is, those scourges and the Inquisition, you know, of Yahweh Shai is being sent forth around the four corners, man. And going further into prophecy, man, them wild beasts, you're gonna see wild beasts more and more in strange places, man. You know, and you're gonna see videos with certain animals, things like that. It was like, where'd this come from, man?
Yeah.
You know, and everything that really brothers are saying is brother mentioned earlier, a product and or a byproduct of the scriptures, man. It's all pursuing the prophecy, man. You know, but just the main point that a lot of brothers speaking to, and I remember years ago, Elder Rakah, you know, would refer to these young individuals as GMO babies, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we heard it, you know, and of course it sunk in, but now what we're beginning to see is these GMO babies become adults, man.
Yeah.
And like brothers are saying, they don't have the mental capacity, the mental faculties to make good, sound decisions, man, because they're so separated, they're so far off from understanding the true way that Yahweh Shai wants, and particularly in this time frame, demands that we conduct, man.
Right.
You know?
I appreciate that.
You got it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of them that made them, of him that made them. So that's what we're seeing right now, because the scriptures say, the Lord is not mocked, for whatever a man soweth, a man reapeth. You see what I'm saying? So y'all think, man, the brother from our camp, man, he sent me videos about these women getting knocked over left and right, man, especially in these days. And the very first thing they say is, oh, she was so sweet and so innocent, and she never did nothing wrong, right? Well, then why did the Lord send the spirit to knock her off, man?
Yeah.
You know?
Scripture say whoever perished being innocent.
You know? So right now the Lord is starting to get busy in this society right now, man, because the Lord is visiting this place. As the brother had beautifully brought out, the Lord is visiting this place, and the frequency of these things are about to get turned up super high because, because iniquity shall abound, man. This place is just totally wicked. You got, men wanting to be women, women wanting to be men. These are totally wicked. You got same-sex couples raising same-gender babies.
People classify themselves as it. Like they don't even classify themselves as a man or a woman, just it. They call it non-binary.
And when you think about that on a basic level, at a certain extent, you can argue that's blasphemy, man.
Yeah.
Because the Heavenly Father created men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a man or a woman, what the hell are you?
Right.
A real simple, type of analogy, equation. But when you really think about it, like even this, like brother was saying, things as simple as I was given, born with a penis. This woman was born with a vagina. I'm a man. She's a woman. That's too deep for some people to understand.
Yeah.
That's how confused this place is, man.
Yeah. Yep, because the scripture tell you, hey, surely the things turned upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Now, by you saying that you're it, that's telling the potter, which is Yahweh Shem outside, that he fashioned you wrong. You know, and that's another reason these people are confused, man, because they take say for instance, Proverbs 15:1, a soft answer and turn away wrath. They look at that as a feminine trait. No, man, that's a masculine trait, man. And it'll save you a lot of hardship, man. You know, just by applying simple wisdom and knowledge, man, could very well help you escape with your life, man. You know,
that's the biggest picture right there. Escaping with your life.
Exactly. Instead of trying to, you know, mandate a fucking mask. I could care less if somebody wear a fucking mask. You know, if it's gonna ultimately save my life, if you will. But we know it's all according to the Lord. But you gotta, you know, you gotta use wisdom, man. You know.
If I could just land back, I know you. I appreciate. I want to land back on you real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Because it's still in 2nd Ezra 6:25. After you just read about, you know, the basically premature people out in the world, the missiles coming and the famine. But when you continue to read in verse 25, it says, "Whosoever remaineth from all these things that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation at the end of your world." Because, you know, even, you know, going to how these other nations, you know, think that they're next up. You know, really, hey, Jacob is up next, man. The Israelites is up next to rule, man. So it's going to be men who's going to escape all of these things that we're talking about, man. And that comes with a part of separating ourselves from the world. The scriptures say, if any of you love the world, then the love of the Father is not in you, man. That's why we separate ourselves. Like the brother wrote in the chat today, he just mentioned he don't even like taking his family out, because every time you go somewhere, you either got faggots saying shit to you. You can't walk your dog at the park. You got faggots walking up, giving your dog spirits. You know, it's just total madness in Babylon, man. And that's why this place got to be destroyed. You got it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for men. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Just like the brother mentioned, he mentioned about the inquisition that the Lord is going to bring up amongst the world, and not only the world in particular, our people. Because he's going to come harder at us because we are his people, and he gave us the law, statutes, and commandments to abide by. But Jake don't want to pay attention to the famines, the scourges that the Most High is allowing on the earth, like this jab, killing people, the famines in different parts of the world. It touched the shores of America, the dethroning of America, and Jake don't even pay attention to it. Jake getting mass killed all over the place, and Jake don't understand, like, look, the Lord is coming back, and he's doing these things to show that he's coming back in these last times. How else would the Lord do it? By way of his writings, not only by his writings only, but also through the effects and signs that the Most High spoke about in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. The Most High is doing it right before they're going to show that the Most High is very merciful too. Right?
Yeah, I got it. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Verse 2, it says, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers." Hey, brother, take it away. It says, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
So disobedient to parents, like how we mentioned that video that the apostle did. Jake was shooting at his dad, man. Over madness, man. Our people have been so blinded, by Esau that they shooting at their own parents, man. Right. If you can't even have a good relationship with your parents, love them from a distance, man. That's wisdom.
And then too, what the brother said, he said, lovers of themselves, man. Man, when you look at somebody's phone, they got 1,000 pictures of themselves, different filters on them and shit. It's like even dudes taking selfies and stuff like that. getting their hair lined up sharp, you know, the white line and all that stuff, you know. Just feel it. It's just like everybody, this whole society is just full of pride, man. It's totally sore vexing when you go somewhere and you see this, man. I was at work not too long ago. Somebody ordered stuff and he was ordering extra. You know, he looked like a masculine dude, shirt, and then this other dude comes up behind him, was like, yeah, get a little bit extra for me. And I said them sit down, and they eating out of the same bowl, so you know what type of men they were, you know? And it's like, this doesn't vex everyone. This doesn't vex you that you cannot take your children out, you know, just to play without seeing this wickedness to where you got to explain to your children why this thing right here is dressed like a female and it's not, you know?
Sure, because we back in the times of Lot, when the two angels visited Lot, and those men wanted a piece of the two angels. All right, because we're back in those times, so no, it doesn't vex anybody. Brothers, that's a rhetorical question. I'm answering it. You know, no, it doesn't vex anybody because this is normalcy to them. All right, we're just back in the same. If one thing you have to know for sure, history continually repeats itself over and over again.
Especially Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right. That's it. Yeah. That's why it mentions that in the book of Revelation. Yahushua said, I'm the Alpha and Omega. Next you know, you got in Revelation speaking about Sodom and Gomorrah, which happened in the book of Genesis. You see? This is verse 2 again. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, selfish as hell. Okay? That's why, like the brothers say, you got individuals shooting one another for some selfish acts. You know? It says covetous, always wanting something from somebody else instead of getting their own shit. All right? Jake has an issue, has a hand-me-down demon on it. Why won't you want something that's brand new? Go ahead, bro.
I would say, did brother see the video of the guy that robbed into Cantor's brother, and then made the dude take his shoes off? He took the nigga's shoes, man. Like that. Like, come on,
Why
bro.
don't you just go buy a brand new pair of shoes?
Right.
You know, why you want to know?
Right.
Boasters and proud, like the officer Nathaniel was going to. That's the thing, man. All these things bring furious anger, and that's why you read it in what Sirach, the 10th chapter. Furious anger is not made for men, because you see the problem. It says blasphemers. We were speaking about earlier. Officer Karatazan and Officer Yadai was just speaking about these individuals wanting to be an it. That is a form of blasphemy. Saying the Lord didn't do his job correctly. All right, man. Yeah. It says disobedient to parents. Like the brother's saying, sometimes the best way to honor thy father and mother is to love them from a distance. All right? A lot of individuals don't know what the hell it says in Sirach, the 3rd chapter.
Right.
You know? Or if a man who wears of the Lord, then, you know, I think you make up the multitude of sins of your parents too. So you showing a good light of your parents because you love them.
Right. That's it. You know? It says unthankful.
Oh, man.
It says unholy. Right. Unholy. They don't separate. Our people don't separate themselves from Esau's world. All right. It says, verse 3, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, if I'm saying that correctly, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. It says, having a form. No, that's about it right there. That's how our people are, man. The main one, lovers of pleasures more than the lovers of the Most High. The pleasures can go into anything. Yeah. Homosexuality, lovers. It says lust, lovers of money. Yeah. You know, lovers of women. You know, they overindulge in things that the Lord provided on the earth. They overindulge in. And don't give credence to the one who provided it to them. You know,
I got that word. Yeah. Incontinent. It says without self-control.
That's temperance.
Yep.
Yeah. I know it. This brother right here, right? Yeah. Love the word temperance.
Get that, 1 Peter.
God, I got you.
Look, it
Yeah.
says intemperance, so it's the opposite. And that's how these people act with rash. You know, that's a lack of self-control, man.
Yeah.
If the first thing you do is grab a weapon and resort to violence over a simple request for you to put a mask on, over a simple request for your dad telling you he don't want a gun in his house.
Yeah,
You
or
open fire on his ass.
Right, or somebody getting over you
In traffic, and you just
Yeah.
let loose. That's a lack of self-control, bro. You know, and it stems from the way these whatever you want to call them are being raised. They grow up without zero accountability. You know, everything is made an excuse for them, or it'll be okay. Or their parents grow up and see little signs in them and think it's cute. So that's why when they grow up to be adults, they don't have any kind of filter or any kind of self-control.
Even saying growing up without their parents,
Right.
giving them a little credit. And you said they grow up with a lack of accountability because a lot of them are growing up in a single
Oh,
woman.
Yeah.
Now, I was gonna say that, bro.
Expound on it.
I was gonna
Go ahead,
say,
expound
because
on it.
we were just reading it, and you know what? I'm gonna bring it out because a brother had put it in chat, and I was gonna do a lesson on it tonight. You know, it says feminism is failure because all of these things that we see right now is a product of feminism. You know, because women are allowed to take control of the house, and what isn't a woman a weaker vessel? Doesn't it say in the book of Job that the wisdom was not given unto her, but she's put in a position of rulership? It says 72 inmates in state prison were raised by single mothers.
You said 72%?
72%.
Damn.
72%.
That explains it all.
But this is what Esau wanted.
Right.
Going all the way back to the Willie Lynch letter.
Mhm.
Esau wanted to separate the woman from the man so he can get the woman.
Right.
Like, hey, we always make mention. If women were set up, were really set up how the man is supposed to be, they'd destroy us off, man.
Right.
You know? We care too much even about our own people to just destroy them off like that, man.
Right.
We try to bring them back in first. But if it was up to the woman, man, they'd shoot us in the fucking head, man.
And have no remorse.
That's why we always mention you gotta watch that documentary, The 13th.
Yeah.
That shows you how Esau wanted to get the man out of
The household.
the household.
Yeah.
And that,
Right, so I can go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's why, like, all of the welfare systems and everything was set up to ostracize the man. So if the woman wanted to get any governmental benefits, she had to get the man out the house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I was a product of that when I was growing up. I remember my mother hiding the man. And I got to hide. You can't be here because the people are coming over. Because she wanted to get that check, you know? And how puffed up would a woman be knowing that she really don't need you in order to survive?
Exactly.
You know? She don't need you to survive. She got another way to survive. And guess what? She can call her government pals to put you on
Her daddy.
yeah, her daddy, to put you on child support. Like that one woman said, damn, bug out. Well, why don't you have 6 baby daddies? That's the question. We get 17% of his income. And this is the mindset that these women have out here. They're going to they'll have a child by you just for the purpose of hitting your pockets, so they ain't got to depend on you.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and in turn, that has created effeminate men and masculine women. That's why there's a big divide between men and women because, and it all goes back to the Willie Lynch letter. Like they've coddled the men and told the women to be independent, which is ass backwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you brothers ever heard the term son husband?
Yeah.
Where some kind of fucking weird mental disorder where the woman takes on the son as being her husband, her living husband. He does everything with her besides have sex. In some cases, shit that may happen too.
Yeah.
You know.
Bobby Shah just wanted to finish this off. Continuing on, it says 70% of divorces are initiated by women. 60+ million abortions since 1973. 45% of women ages 25 to 44 work full time. 66% of women carry credit card debt. 85% of those living from paycheck to paycheck are women. Women owe 67% of student loans and debts. More women receive welfare, alimony, and child support than men. 77% of black children born to unwed mothers. 27% of U.S. women are obese. 52% of American women are single. 60% plus divorce rate in the
And I
U.S.
wonder
are
why.
by women.
And I wonder why they're single. I wonder why. Because they're goddamn demons, man.
Yeah.
You know, that shit. Then in this time, you don't want to deal with them.
That's why the spirit of the Lord has it to where all these, you know, these alpha males are pushing out,
Right.
you know, these videos, that vibe is really bringing out really how our women is, how Eve is, man.
Right.
And really it's starting with, you know, the apostles and the elders, man, because they're showing the world how to truly be men.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, no, slacking. I was just on the land back off the officer's point. And the thing about it is, like the brother said, these so-called alpha men, they're getting that energy and that spirit from the apostles and elders and the men who are in the military Israel. But the thing about it too, that I kind of peeked through spirit with these guys, they're not telling men how to truly deal with women.
And they're just calling out.
Really, they're just calling out, and really, they in essence making Jake too pussified to even deal with women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, and the shit hits the fan, see, we've been groomed through the spirit by Yahweh Shai that we understand all things through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? We're quick. The spirit is quickening. You see what I'm saying? And we understand through prophecy that, hey, there's going to be a great number of women who are going to need a man to obtain salvation. You see what I'm saying? So these so-called alpha men out here that's telling you how to, you know, fucking put on cologne and clip your fucking nails and shit like that. Yeah. They're not teaching men how to actually deal with and build a woman and be able to rule and tame not only his spirit, but build and tame a woman's spirit, because that may be an elect woman of the Lord.
Yeah, they're gonna
go ahead, bro.
Them men, them alpha men, or whatever you want to call them, they're gonna be the men that are gonna be a part of Zechariah 8, holding on to the skirt of us.
That is the Jew. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna be those men, like, oh, but I thought she was all head honcho.
Yeah. Right. Because even putting it, and I got a precept too.
I got something about you.
Let's get them scripts.
Yeah, if I can make a quick point, even going into the time that we're in, because we're in the time of war. Because even the bishop, he made mention about how Leonidas in the movie 300, how he dealt with his woman during that time period. He understood what time he was in, so he put his woman to the side. And understood this, and we understand that we're going into the time of war. So this First Corinthians 6:9, it says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?" And this just going back to what we were going to in the beginning of the lesson about all this unrighteousness going on in the world, man. Majority of these people are going to die off before they enter into the kingdom, man. And it says, "Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind," man. And that's why the Lord is bringing this manly spirit back into the earth, man. Because this is the time where men are going to rule, man. You know, Isaiah 4:1 is about to come to pass. Not only because a lot of women are going to flock into us, but we're going to show them how to be women, man. Okay? How to submit themselves into a man who actually cares about them, man. Yeah. Okay? Y'all brothers got it?
I had something.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and I'm starting at verse 56. "And the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the siege and straitness."
See, that goes back to exactly what the officer Karatazar was saying. These women got totality. They would exterminate men because how vicious they are, mindset-wise. That's why the scriptures say, "Give a woman no liberty to gad abroad." Or it was like the passage of water. I want to say, just loosely paraphrasing. You give them no liberty. All right, and low key, that's why I think the spirit had it to where Hillary Clinton did not get into office. The Lord's right now.
Yeah.
Because men will be shot in the streets by women if she was in office. Real talk. Because even so, when she was going against Trump, she said that she was going to do a no-fly zone over there in Syria, which would have started all-out war.
Yeah.
That's the first thing a woman would have done. Start a fucking war. And you think these women are suitable to be in a leadership status? You know, that's why you got Isaiah 3 and 12 of what it says. Women rule over us and children oppress us. You see? They make irrational decisions because of the emotions that they have, and they cannot control it. The scriptures say what? Pretty much an individual who can't rule his spirit is like a city
without broken walls.
Broken walls.
Yeah.
That's a woman 24/7.
Yeah, they easily infiltrated.
Easily.
That's why Salaki, bro. But if you get a humble woman, you know, who really don't be out like that, you know, really don't know too much about nothing, you can mold them.
That's right.
You can mold them with how you want them to be. Yeah. You know, because they don't know how to. They never really knew anything, man. But these women are so experienced out here. That's why a lot of guys fall out the truth, man. Because they got that succubus spirit, man. They suck the spirit right out of men, man.
If I can say real quick, and on the flip side of that, you got men so pussified, they're not willing or able to deal with a woman that's like a virgin, man. If a woman is lacks too much experience, there's certain men out there that be like, nah, I don't want her.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you thinking ass fucking backwards. That's the type of woman who you should actually desire. You know, you should want to be adding unto you, man. You know, the brother said, one that's humble, that's not in the streets, that ain't been all out here with a bunch of different men and stuff like that. But the mind and spirit of the men of our nation is so broken, they wouldn't even take that challenge of molding a woman, man.
Yeah, it's like going to the fucking car lot.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, not picking the 2021. I want the 87 cut. Got them 400,000. Like, are you fucking out of your mind?
I want no new shoes. I want the shoes you got.
Yeah. I just want to figure this out. You both got it. This Deuteronomy finished out in Deuteronomy 28 and 57. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. You know, that could speak towards actual cannibalism. Also in the spiritual sense, man. You know, these women aren't really women.
No.
You see, they're not serving their purpose. They're not serving their purpose of being mothers. Yep. And even if a woman can't bear children, she's not serving their purpose of being a helpmeet and a wife. They don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. So instead of actually seeking a true understanding of what a woman should actually be, she's just trying to do anything just to fill that void and pretty much take in spirit and energy into her spirit, man, because she is useless. Yeah. Esau's made the men, women, and children of our nation useless, man. Yeah. You see, but Yahweh Shai, even like the officer Kashkwala mentioned and opening up, with his grace and his mercy, man, has given us a use and a purpose, first and foremost, by us getting right and us serving him, man. And then putting that call and that gospel out forth to all of our nation, man. Of course, beginning with the men, but giving a full understanding of how a whole entire nation should work and operate, man. Everyone's got it.
I was gonna say it too, and we got a glimpse of just how evil women were. It was a video going around that was circulating of this woman just watching her man fucking convulse on the ground after poisoning him, and she was just sitting there recording it, man. You know, because he allegedly is so-called cheated. You know, that's women are asked back like that man belonged to her.
Right.
You the possession. Mm-hmm. You belong to him. You know, so you're gonna poison the man to death and sit there and watch him die right there on the floor, man, record it. These women wicked as hell, man. Right. That's how we know, bro, through the spirit. If they had the ability and the testosterone to actually contend with a man, hey man, it'll be all out war right now. The only reason it hasn't been done is because they're the weaker vessel. Yeah. You know, and they know they as much shit as they may talk, they know they can't go toe to toe, you know, with a man. Yeah. You know? I had something real quick, because that's why it's not the time to be trying to deal with any and every woman, man. You know, if you got one, stick with that one. You know, and if you don't, hey, that's good too, man. You know, this is Ecclesiastes 3. I'm gonna start at the top and then skip 3 and 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right, we're in a time of war, like the brother said. So let me skip to verse 8. It says a time to love and a time to hate and a time of war and a time of peace.
Because even the bishop of our account, Bishop Pataz, wanted to do the lesson this week about you really shouldn't even be around your brothers got women and kids. Don't just be up under your woman all day, man. You know, all cuddled up, you know, smooching and shit, man. Find you something to do, okay? Hey, because if the Lord was to take that woman from you, you so emotionally attached to her that you will lose focus, man. You will lose focus of reality. You know, you will lose focus of what's going on, man. Okay, if you too emotionally attached to especially women, man, hey, you will fall out, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
That's why the scriptures say, you know, if you have a woman and child, worth the paraphrasing, be as if you have none. You see, you can't be attached to your woman like that, man. Look, I'm be honest. I got a rib. I got children. I love my rib and my children, man.
Yeah.
But I want to see them potentially get saved, man. To
That's
see
what
salvation, and that's what it's all about, man. So you can't be up under your woman ain't gonna save you. You know, you got to be the man to save your household, and that's through this work, through these scriptures, through obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, and hope that Yahweh Shai calls you, man.
Just like Cornelius.
Cornelius,
The
yeah.
centurion Cornelius.
Yeah.
He did it that way. He said, "You and the whole household should be saved."
Yeah, that's
all
all
because he converted.
I got a quick research.
Yeah, I got a piece of it.
This is Isaiah 13, and I'm going to start at verse 11. And it says, I will punish the world for their evil and their wicked, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 12, I will make a man, listen to this, y'all women out there, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Yeah, men and women. Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Because, and it's not talking about any man. It's talking about the elect men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Those are going to be the men that's going to be precious. Okay? Because they're going to have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to navigate through the times that we're in. While, like the officer Kashapala said, those alphas going to be yanking at the coattails of the men of the Lord, you know, because those are going to be the men that have it, and while all the rest of y'all ain't going to have it. And we're seeing right now, what you're seeing is the unfolding of what I just read in verse 11. You know, all this craziness is happening. The wicked is getting judged, you know, because the arrogant people are getting judged. You know, these things are happening in great frequency, and you ain't gonna think that this ain't gonna increase. You think it's gonna get better? No, it's gonna get worse. What you gonna do when it get worse? When we run out of food? If these people will shoot you over waiting in line, what do you think is gonna happen when there ain't no food in the grocery store?
That's why you really got to be physically and emotionally unattached from America, man, from the world, man. Because all these things are gonna, man. I don't want to just throw a number out there, but I know it's over half of the Americans who can't even go 2 hours without eating, man. You know, they can't even go 2 hours, you know, without drinking a fucking soda, man. What you gonna do when the famine comes? They can't go, man. Jake, and I'm pretty sure, brothers, see this too. You be around Jake at work. You know, all they want to do is be up under their family. My wife, I got to do this for I got to do that for my wife. I can't go here, my wife. You know what I'm saying? Cause they too emotionally attached, man. You know, you have.
That was it.
If I may say, before, real quick, I'll give it to you. I was talking to, I think, the officer of Rock. I told him one thing: patience will check your mindset 100% of the time. And a lot of people don't have patience because this world has been so made convenient and accessible to them. Therefore, once that goes away, they have not practiced any patience. Therefore, they're gonna go ahead and start acting rash because they don't understand what patience is. Just like we said, they don't understand what chastity is. You know, they don't understand experiencing hardship and things of that nature and how to endure it. Their patience is going to be absolutely zero just like it is right now. That's why, like the brother was saying, Jay can't. Everybody can't go through. Not everybody. A lot of individuals can't go 2 hours without eating. A lot of individuals get road rage from sitting in traffic for 10 minutes or sitting at a light for 2 minutes. You know, light turn green, they honk immediately. Like, excuse me.
Damn, bro.
The lack of patience in this place. That's why bro, when all hell breaks loose, it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bloody because people are so impatient. They want things to happen now. You got it, bro.
I feel just let him get that.
Okay, let him get this.
Yeah, let him get that.
No, he get that.
No, go ahead, brother.
All right, come. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Verse 35. See, that's the patience too. That's conjunction with the patience, because the prophet's been waiting on the word of the Most High to manifest with the promise that he made with our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And it says, verse 35, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And that's plainly what brothers are explaining about. Jake, back then, when it was Adamites, because only the Adamites really could be saved, Jake wasn't trying to get right back then.
Nope.
They didn't think it was gonna rain.
They didn't think it was going to rain, yeah. They didn't think that because it was only dew that was really watering the plants, and it wasn't rain back then. So they was like, oh man, he's lying and all this. It's the same thing going on today. They thinking that we're lying about the Lord coming back and fire rain from the sky, just like in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All it is patience of the Lord, words coming into fruition.
I got something for you real quick. Luke 21:19, classic, says, "In your patience possess ye your souls." You got it, bro.
And your patience, hey, what it says in Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2 says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely will come.
Yeah.
So that's the prophecies of what the prophets have been saying about the latter days, the signs, the wonders that the Most High spoke about, all these things that brothers have been explaining about. It's happening on the daily. It's not even waiting a month or 6 months down the line anymore like it used to. It's happening daily.
Well, you know, and the scriptures say too that the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some man count slackness, but we exemplify patience, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh outside, because we know everything that the Lord speaks of that are in these scriptures are faithful and true, man. And we just sit back waiting for it to unfold, you know.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4:37. It says, "By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled." I just want to bring that out because we're going into patience now. You see how the spirit shifted into waiting.
Yeah.
I just recently did a lesson saying we have no choice but to be patient.
Because that's what Ezra was inquiring.
Right.
You know, it's like when would it be time for me, you know, to go? Like roughly paraphrasing. And that's what the angel Uriel was telling him, man. You can't, you don't know. Even he didn't know.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Uriel even admitted, like, I don't know.
Yeah, he said he don't even know.
Right. So he's like, I'm a messenger of the Lord. I literally came down here to tell you what the Lord said. It's kind of crazy to think about. Even so, Ezra's asking these questions. The Lord already knew what he was about to ask because he put it in Ezra's mind. That's how he had it answered before Uriel even came down to visit him. He already knew what he was going to ask and how to answer him perfectly.
Yeah.
You just have to sit and wait.
Yep.
We have no other choice. And get comfortable with the patience. You know? Go ahead and bring that word patience up.
Time. So this is the etymology of the word patience, because a lot of people don't know what that word means. And it says, quality of being willing to bear adversities, calm endurance of misfortune, suffering.
Right. That goes when you read about that's a good synopsis of Yahweh Shai right there. To endure suffering. You read Isaiah the 53rd chapter. Endurance of suffering. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you read about him in the Garden of Gethsemane, he knew what he had to face. He knew what he had to go through. He knew his mission at hand. It was going to be gruesome, but he had to pay. You get the word suffering from patience, man. You ever seen the movie Passion of the Christ? The word passion goes into pain, and he had to suffer through the pain, man.
Yeah.
And he had to go and he had to have patience. He's still exercising patience to this very day.
Yeah, to this very day.
Has Yahweh Shai got his kingdom yet?
Nope.
Not yet. And he don't know when
You
yet.
don't know when. That's patience, bro.
That's patience.
To know that you have a kingdom, like a whole kingdom for you, waiting for you, and you just holding back, being patient, just waiting for Yahweh to say, go.
That's it.
That's patience, bro.
You got to imagine just on things of us on a small level. You know you about to get a car tomorrow. You sitting up waiting.
Yeah.
Can't sleep at night, man. I'm about to get this whip.
Yeah.
You know, that's Yahweh Shai right now. But instead of entire kingdom, universe, galaxies waiting on him that he's going to receive for the patience and the suffering that he went through when you read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Keep going in that patience, bro.
So it says, from the Old English, patience, suffering, permission, and directly from Latin, patientia, the quality of suffering or enduring.
See, Salakia, the quality, we mentioned, it keeps reiterating itself, the quality of suffering and enduring. And I keep reiterating Yahweh Shai because that's who we follow. Yahweh Shai had to endure hardships, physical pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, 40 days and 40 nights without eating.
Tempted by Satan.
He had to endure being betrayed.
Betrayed, sold out.
By his own brothers. He had to endure all that. You see? These are things that we have to consider when we like, quote unquote, pouting, you know. You know, talk. Okay, well, consider the things that Yahweh Shai. You don't think he was tired of certain things? Didn't deal with no woman. Jake out here got to get laid every 2 days now. You feel me?
Being modest.
And that's being modest. Out here paying for the pussy. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, also indulgence, leniency, humility, submissiveness. Then it says, literally, quality of suffering.
Right. You see, but it says submissiveness. You know, humility. We always use that word submissive towards a woman.
Because we the Lord's women.
That's it.
Even going to humility, because it tells you in the book of Zechariah that Yahweh Shai came riding upon the ass, exemplifying that he was going to be in a humble state, man. When he was in that time, but this time, the second time, the scripture say, well, he will not meet thee as a man. He's coming to destroy, man, and to take hold of his kingdom. Going to Sirach, the 10th chapter, about how the Lord is going to set one up that is profitable. Yahweh Shai is going to be profitable into the world, along with King David and the elect, man. There you got it, bro.
I got a quick precept, brothers. This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and 8. Y'all can take it away. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour out upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with fire of my jealousy. You know, that's a heavy verse right there. That's one whole verse. But he specifically starts off in that verse of saying, what? Wait. We have no choice. That's a commandment right there. Therefore, wait ye upon me. That's a commandment. You have no choice but to sit your ass down and watch these prophecies unfold. And if you in the spirit, you'll be excited to be patient.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch these prophecies.
Yeah,
it really
unfold,
is.
man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Go ahead, bro. You got it. No, you got it.
This is Mark chapter 13 and verse 31. It says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven. And the brothers were just speaking on that. Neither the Son, but the Father. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. Hey, and that takes patience for you to wait on something you don't know when it's coming. You know, it takes a level of endurance, man, of endurance. Verse 34, for the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find ye sleeping.
And that's what 2/3 of our people are gonna be asleep when Yahweh Shai and the angels visit the world, man. You know, they totally gonna be unprepared because they're attached, like we was going into before. They're attached to the affairs of this world, man. Attached to entertainment, you know, BS, you know, fights that be going on, and we just do it for we just go into it for prophecy's sake, showing you how the scriptures say that these things are gonna happen. Jake be really indulged into nigga music, you know, all types of unrighteous things, man. You know, that's why Jake, you can't even, because the scriptures say, I'm gonna hand it right back. The scriptures say that the discourses of fools is irksome, because Jake don't know what the hell they just be talking madness, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't even have a conversation with them because they always go into committing adultery, smoking, robbing somebody. You know, because they're not occupied in the scriptures, man. Their mind, that they don't use the full potential of their mind, man.
Yeah,
you got it, bro.
That was it on the precept.
Kind
Our people just delusional too, bro. They'll watch a fucking soap opera or one of these reality TV shows like Power and shit like that, and really think that that's really life, bro.
Right.
They be calling the characters, the actors by the fucking character's name, and not able to fucking what they call that, where you get out of Salaki. They not
Like get out of character.
Yeah, they not able to
Like decipher like real life and
yeah.
yeah.
I forgot what the word is. Yeah. They not able to do that, man. You know, because they so far gone from what the bigger picture is, man. You know, that's why the scripture I just read said, "Hey, watch." We do all these things because we're watching. All right, and if we do get into sports or entertainment thing, you best believe it's all gonna revert back to the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, that's why brothers will go watch movies and shit. You know, we'll be leaving the movie theater with a whole totally different mindset than the same people that were in the theater with us. You know, it was an awesome, great movie. We talking about, you know, bringing precepts out. You know, that links up with this. They got it totally out of the scripture, and while these other people are totally oblivious, man. You know, sleep. Yeah,
I got it, bro. We all start here and close the precepts. But this Matthew 16:24 says, then said Yahweh Shai to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And that's like the officer Kashikawa was going into, and we're following the footsteps of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, being humble, patient, waiting upon the Lord, you know, understanding that he called us into this, you know, and this is not our own, you know, doings, okay? But it says, verse 25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it, man. And that's what we did, man. We lost, you know, our lives for the sake of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But that it's going to be a reward at the end for this, man. Okay? And it says, verse 26, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And that's what we see, you know, these celebrities, these top celebrities have done. They've gained, you know, the world. They lost themselves, man. Okay, they lost who they really are, man. You know, that's why we see the demons on Diddy and Jay-Z. You know, we see the demons on these people, man, because they gained the world. And it says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works, man. That's the either you gonna get that good reward for being patient and doing the Lord's will, or you go get that other reward, which is judgment, which is whatever the plagues, the missiles, famine, pestilence, whatever the Lord has it out for you. That's another reward that you're gonna receive for doing your own thing, man. Okay, this is a time where you should be serious in a mindset of being a man, like we was going into, man, doing all, keeping your manly duties, you know, not just being out and amongst the world, man, amongst the commoners. Okay, y'all brothers add something.
Wow.
I got it.
All right, we can close off on y'all.
We'll
Too.
close on,
You got it.
Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 41, and verse 8. It says, "Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse shall be your portion." And that's it. Hey, that's exactly what's happening right now, man. All these people that are running around here cursed, man. You know, they're so cursed. And you see people taking that jab left and right, not knowing what the effects of it is. Like the brother said, people can't eat, go 2 hours without eating. If you can't go 2 hours without eating right now, what's it gonna be like? Man, the supply lines are shutting down right now.
You said 50% of Americans are obese. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's like 27% or something like that.
That's still a lot, though.
Yeah, that's still a lot, but you know, just think about it like that. Supply lines are shutting down as we speak. You're seeing food inflation. You go to the store, you know, something that would cost $10-15 is now $60 to get the same amount of stuff, you know, and it's currently increasing, you know. Y'all people are cursed because what are you going to do when all this happens? What are you going to do? You know? No, you're going to fall by the sword. You're going to go pillage and rob your neighbor. You're going to go spoil people. You're going to eat your children. You're going to do all of these terrible things that are coming because you forsook the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You got it, what?
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. "And account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation." So, like the brother Nathaniel spoke about, he spoke about Jake that's suffering straight gate, but don't have a reward for the wide in the future. But us, has the Lord converted us back to his hope through his grace of the word, like it says in Isaiah chapter 6, the Lord is having us to suffer these straight things like Jake is, but at the same time, we got the hope of salvation. That's the purpose of the long suffering, because we know that we are the family line of the Creator himself and also his only begotten Son. But we at the bottom, and we don't have none of those things that we had back in the ancient world, like all of Jake knowing their old customs and stuff. We don't have that. But we do have that in the spirit because the Lord showed us that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Lord showed us, even though the enemy took away our inheritance, the Lord gave us back our inheritance through the spirit, but only through a certain ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we get to discern Jake that are in the world and Jake that are in the spirit of the Most High. Because these are extremely important times that we're living in. Because all this fluff that Esau has portrayed in front of our people is all going to go away. And then, like the brother said, Zechariah chapter 8, they're going to grab onto our skirts, man, and be like, oh, we heard that the Lord is with you. It's going to be too late, though. Family of the word.
God. So Lord willing, now is Edified. We want to give all glory, honor, and praises to you.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Until the next time, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.